Good morning. Once again, I have come. Uh, I have come this morning to you to actually inform Malawians about the current political situation in our country. Malawi muno mukuchitika chibwana kwambiri. Pamene tonsefe tili busy looking at the Malawi Electoral Commission, busy looking at how things politically are in the country, our forex resources are being plundered by the current regime. Just imagine a trip of President Chakwera to Nigeria had 60 people, mostly chiefs from Central Region and a few from Eastern Region as well as Northern Region. Maybe about one or two from Southern Region. Why? Just to drain forex and to raise money for September 16 general elections. On a similar situation, Vice President was sent to Mozambique with a delegation of 47 people, chiefs from Central Region and the one or two from Southern Region. Also a drain on our forex. On top of that, Vice President has also gone to Spain with 89 chiefs. To Spain with 89 chiefs. Now you ask, how do we sustain forex in our banks when the chiefs are just going anywhere just because they want to maintain and retain leadership in this country? Malawi Congress Party is refusing to go out of the government. And that is part of rigging that we're talking about. That rigging is not only Malawi Electoral Commission changing figures. It's a process that is diversified deliberately. There's politics involved, so that at the end of the day, all the resources that government may have is drained. Not only that, as we are talking today, there are people that have come from Nigeria that are coming here to fiddle around with the figures of the Malawi Electoral Commission, that 7 million plus that we are told that it is the figure that is going to vote in the country. These are the people that are going to decide who is going to be a leader for the next 5 years out of a population of 20 million people. So you are talking about 13 million people are not there to decide the future of their country. Look at this very, very, very seriously. Very, very seriously. And you will see that democracy there has no room in this administration, in this country, that we have abandoned the initial policy of liberation. And in the process, we have rejected the people's needs or the need of our people. Malawi today is slowly turning to one-party state, or maybe it's already in a one-party state, because other political parties are not allowed to voice out their concerns, to advise government, even to stage a simple peaceful demonstration. They're not allowed to do that. You have seen yourselves that instead of Malawians demonstrating, a person demonstrating, wishing our country all the best, that one is hacked. That one is torn to pieces. That one is cut to pieces. Namiwa is a very good example. Yes, others were calling for financial functions against Malawi. I am not supporting that. Because at the end of the day, the ones that are going to suffer, the people that are going to suffer, they are ordinary Malawians. Malawians that have nothing to do with this dirty politic or politics, dirty way of doing politics in the country. Ordinary people, they're at the receiving end. They don't know anything. Even if you look in terms of justice in the country, these are the people that are at the receiving end. These are the people that experience injustices, and not those who have money among the 7 million elite, that a few of them, they are going to decide as to who is going to lead our country for the next 5 years. Amarawi, mwonesese kwambiri. Panopo, we are in deep slumber. These people are destroying, plundering our resources. These people, they are hardly in the country. Day in, day out, they plunder our resources. They plunder forex. They finish off all the forex that we have in this country. They make very, very tricky and corrupt trips going out. Parliament is also involved. Parliament, this interim period that since the last budget meeting that we had up to date, has sent more than 100 members of parliament outside the country. Most of these people are those who are inclined to MCP, or they've got that inclination towards the party called the MCP. Our judiciary is in a state of disarray. I appealed to the Chief Justice to control his boys and some of these ladies that work there, because they are not coming up with justice that is justice. They are coming up with justice that is injustice. We have seen it, even their judgment. There's a lot to aspire for, or to inspire the country. Their judgment is based on who is this one, and this one, where does he come from? It's a tribal judgment, judgment that is full of tribalism, judgment that is full of uncertainty, that is full of injustices. That is the judgment that we see in our judiciary, in our courts nowadays. We have never seen a judge that is independently delivering a judgment, looking at facts as they are, but looking at the political inclination one belongs to, or inclined to, or aligned to. The judgment you get as it is. There are a lot of criminal or criminal activities that are happening. Criminality is the order of the day in our country. There is a policy of silence, a policy by the MCP that Malawi has to be silent. Silenced because to them, when Malawi is silenced, they strive politically. Nobody, not even the judiciary, has seen that what happened to Lilongwe, pamene amamchita Namiwa, was a crime. Yes, they wanted to be moved as courts, but they can also voice out that this is undemocratic, because these are the people that came up with a judgment that was not even part of the complaints or complainant's petition. That was not part of the petition, 50 plus. It was never it was never in the petition of those petitioners. But they came up with that because to them they thought they're applying principles of logic, maybe a doctrine of necessity, to come in and put that 50 plus. And that was the basis of the judgment. Even Iran was supposed to be intervened by the judiciary. That when we say Iran, we wanted all players, because the judgment was because of 50 plus 1. based on 50+1. So they would have told those people that he stood as presidential candidate to all of them stand as presidential candidate, because Iran was not meant to interpret 50+1, but it was meant to say, were elections free and fair? And they said, yes, elections were free and fair. Were they rigged? And they said, no, elections were not rigged. But we are saying that because elections were not rigged, elections were not free and fair, we therefore nullify the elections for Iran. And they asked Parliament and they added 1 year more to Parliament to say, can you work out this 50+1 issue, change the constitution? So the judgment was more like they were actually making laws instead of interpreting the law. They were making laws, which is not the duty of the judiciary. There is to interpret the law. Parliament is to make laws. But they accepted the work of Parliament and came up with 50+1. And when 50+1 was twice rejected in National Assembly, nepari zambiri zakuti tikuuzeni, Chakwera government has failed completely, dismally. And there's no project that Chakwera would say, this is the project that I initiated. That road talked about in the city of Lilongwe. Those roads were already there, dating back to administration Joyce Mahanda. So too we have that Professor Thapita Mtalika. And these people had just to continue the already laid out development plans that were there and the construction of roads in the Lilongwe city. Now, what else have they achieved? Nothing. They talked a lot about agricultural implements. They said a bag of 50 kg of fertilizer is going to be 50,000 kwacha. No, 4,000 kwacha. But a bag of fertilizer today is 100 or to 200 something. Ndeno izimene kunena pano nzakuti bohomari lalepera likuba ndrama akuba forex athu ikupita pamene mapati ena ku opposition akuti tikagwira nawo ntchito is because aufuna kukadya nawo mapwevupwevu achuruka anthuwa elections azabera kwabwera maexawata u Nigeria akufuna zabere chisankho marayi muno, anapita to identify them ku Nigeria kuti akaone kuti ndi ndani, anali pa interview yakuti ndi ndani best hacker, ndi abwera kuno, these are hackers. Ajaomera chisankho maiko ambiri amachita haya ndi anthu amene abwera kuno. Iyi iliso ndi knowledge, ndi apaso makra akuziwa bwino, ndi amene anachita identify anthu amenewa ku Nigeria mkatenga wakuti ndi anakachita set company kugana ya bogus ija yonama ija yautagule spy machine, anali anthu ake ndomwewa amene abwera kuno zachita operate zijazi. Amalawi ine ndikunena zimene zochwa ndikuziwa, ndikuuzani zambiri chifukwa ineyo ndofuna kuti Malawi muno freedom yathu imene tinayivutikira ikhalepo. Boma likuononga ndrama panopa, maulendo akunja agundika, anthuwa kumayenda kumaganiza maulendo amene Mamalawians anakapanga, kwa maulendo panopa ali all over. Panopa panali ulendo wina mafootballers uje na tennis athu 100 anaitanidwa ku Namibia, koma panopa ali stranded ku airport chifukwa boma lofuna lilowesepo mafumu ena 50 mafumu 50 ndi masupporters awa MCP alipo 100 pamodzi 150 plus ija 250, ndi Namibian government yakana kuti ife amene ena wasiti kwaziwa mene ndi unena pano fufuzana anthu ali stranded ku airport ya ku Lilongwe, anthu amene anafuna kupita ku Namibia amene boma la Namibia linaitanisa ma sports, koma chifukwa chakuti akuti kupite mafumu, kupite ama supporters a Malawi Congress Party kumeneko. Amalawi boma ili likufuna ndrankaza, likufuna kuti libere chisankho at all cost. That's why anyamata 10 aja ndi ena 10 if not 20 members of parliament, MCP akuyesa akuti achita ndrama ndi macontractor jama passage anyamata ose mayenawo tili nawo kuti akape aliyense ape aliyense amene akususana nawo iwowo akuti amwa magazi aja anamwa ena aja akuti sanakwane akufuna migolo 10 ya magazi akuti amwe kuti awine chisankho. Anthu muzayang'anisisa pamaso pawo. Anthu aku Central Region siku lina zizakusalirani kuti kodi anthu akumpoto anthu Eastern Region ndi anthu akumwera asavote muvote nokha ndekuti ndi ziko. Maiko akunja akuthandizani, maiko akunja akupasani chithandizo ngati mukunena kuti maiko enawo si ujeni zigawa zina si ziko la Malawi ndekuti mupirisa kuchita ujeni kulamula chifukwa chakuti inu apa Central Region ndi amene mufuna mulamulire. Timakukondana anthu apa Central Region. Tikuziwa ku judiciary wamkulu ndo ku Central Region. Tikuziwa ku Reserve Bank wamkulu ndo ku Central Region. Tikuziwa kuti ku SPC wamkulu ndo wa pa Central Region. Tikuziwa kuti Inspector General Police ndo wa ku Central Region. Tikuziwa kuti ku Army wamkulu ndo ku Central Region. Koma izo zose zitibe nazo ntchito. Tuzo kuti that's why mkuti high ujeni Supreme and High Court headquarters samukire ku Lilongwe kuti onsewa zikagwira ntchito pa Lilongwe. Wamkulu wa Prison Service Commissioner ndo ku Central Region. Tukuziwa kuti mukamamanga anthu ena muzikaphera mu ndende. Tukuziwa zonsezo koma tibe nazo ntchito ife tukuti anthu aku Central Region timakukondani tibe nanu ntchito chifukwa kaya mugwira ntchito bwino kasi mugwira ntchito ife tufuna Malawi itukuke situfuna chibwana anthu aziko la Malawi. Izi ndi zimene mafuna ndinene lero. Good morning.
Sí.